Hey, I'm back again. I think this is going to be part 5. Um, so getting back to this is a good article. I'll leave a link so you guys can refer to it. What you can expect from the full moon in Cancer 2026. The Cancer full moon is an annual lunar moment that brings all things tied to the cardinal water sign, domestic matters, security, sentimentality, caregiving, caregiving, to a fever pitch. Ruled by the moon itself, the moon is your inner, your inner self, how you deal with emotions, and it represents the mother, and the sun represents the father, symbolically. So Cancer is deeply nurturing, compassionate, heartfelt, family oriented, intuitive, and emotional. And whenever I read those, I think of my mom because she was she was the epitome of these. She was a saint. She was beautiful. She wasn't perfect by any means. She at times hurt me, and I believe, she was going through a lot of things herself, and she was a private person, so she wouldn't talk about, except when she was feeling like really anguish, that, when my dad hurt her. And as the only sun water sign in our family, we have a large family because I'm a Scorpio. The only female water sign, because I have a brother who was a Pisces and he's passed away. And all the water signs in my family that, besides me, have passed away. My dad was Pisces. I had an older brother who was a Pisces. My mom was Cancer, and I'm a Scorpio. And all the other people are mostly air signs, like Libra and Gemini, and sun signs like Leo. So, anyways, I've always felt like I didn't belong in my family, and now I know why. But I took it to heart when my mom was going through really painful anguish times because my dad divorced her when I was 12, and he cheated on her so many times throughout their marriage, and he left her for another woman without telling her why. And then he tried to come back like a year later, and at first we were all really happy, but then my mom was really hurt by what he had done, so she just couldn't get over it, and so she was really going into, trying to get answers and talk to him about it, and he didn't want to talk about it. He just wanted to pretend like nothing happened, and that he just wanted to pretend like everything was fine, and that we were all one big happy family again. And then it wasn't. And then we kids that were still in the home, which was myself, my older sister, and my younger brother, we were confused, and we were starting to get irritated with him as well, because he was starting to be a bully, and say mean stuff to us, like he'd done when he was cheating on her. Because I think he had a guilty conscience, and in order to deal with it, he would be mean to us because he was taking it out on us. And like one time he slapped my face really hard when I was 12. I was in my room drawing and making paper dolls for these little neighbor girls. I was going to make some paper dolls for them, and he came and knocked on my door because I guess it was closed. I guess it was, my door was closed, and he and I were the only ones home. And he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Nothing," because I meant nothing important. You know, I didn't mean like nothing as in I'm not going to tell you because I don't want you to know. And then he just slapped me as hard as he could. And he said, "Never tell me you're doing nothing again. Tell me exactly what you're doing when I ask you." Can you imagine a parent doing that? And I was only 12. I was on the cusp of being a teenager, and I was still a little girl. I hung out with the younger kids in the neighborhood because we were always moving, and so it was hard for me to make friends. And since I now know why, because I have autism and ADHD, so I've always had trouble socializing and making new friends because I have social anxiety, and that's why. So anyways, I just couldn't believe he hurt me. He really hurt me, my feelings, and physically at that time. And since I was a little girl, I didn't know what was going on. It was just a bad time for our family. It was a challenge taking care of him because on the one hand, I loved him because he was my dad, and we did have good times. He did try to make it up to me and the rest of my family, all the stuff that he put us through. I believe after his mother died, he was his mother's caregiver. So after his mother died in 2024, which was the year that I got divorced, he came over and he was helping me fix up my house that I'd bought. So that was pretty fun, us spending time together. But he had astrology placements in his chart that clashed with mine. So he had a Gemini ascendant and a Leo moon, even though he has a Pisces sun. And I don't understand Gemini people. And I have a love-hate relationship with Leo. There's things that I love about that sign, and then there's things that I dislike about the sign. So anyways, he was kind of a hard person to really get close to. And every time I, you know, as a caregiver, taking care of him, it just seemed like every time I tried to do something nice, like make a good dinner and, or, you know, make a dessert or whatever, and, because he loved food, and that was a nice way to show my love for him, because I'm a Virgo moon. I'm practical. I show my love through actions. He would do something to ruin it. Every time. It was just bizarre. So it just makes me sad that I feel like he never wanted to get close to anybody, and anytime somebody was like making an effort, he would do something to sabotage the moment. We only have like 4 minutes, but so I think I'll just cut it off right now, and then I'll go on to next step, or part 6, I guess it will be. So